Alright, what's going on, everybody? We are live for Sunday Night Football. We got the Falcons and the 49ers this week. Game started a couple minutes ago. The Falcons just went 3 now on their first drive. The 49ers will get the football on their own 16-yard line after the punt. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Let me pull up the chat. Give me 1 second. The 49ers start here at their own 16. Mac Jones is their quarterback for the game. And Jones can look to throw, and Jones is sacked on the first play from scrimmage for a loss of about 4. Mac Jones goes down for a sack on the 49ers' first play from scrimmage. Let me pull up the chat. Let me also put out a poll. It's a 2nd and 13 here. They'll go to the ground with McCaffrey. And McCaffrey picks up about 8, getting into the 21-yard line. But Mac Jones with the 49ers actually leads the NFL with 313 yards per game, has 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he's played really well for the 49ers in place of Brock Purdy. So here is a 3rd and 5 from the 21-yard line. Jones will look to throw. Jones underneath, McCaffrey out of the backfield, makes the catch and has a first down. Got 6, needed 5. And they move the sticks. Hey, welcome to the stream. How's it going? So 1st and 10 here from the 27-yard line. They bring Kendrick Bourne in motion. And they'll toss it to, I think this is Brian Robinson, the left side. And Robinson going to gain about 9. Good run there on 1st down. So to bring up 2nd and short. Been a good day besides fantasy, which you don't want to talk about right now. Fair enough. The Giants, I know. That was so bad. So 2nd and 1 here. Jones going to hand off. Robinson again up the middle. And Robinson to the 46-yard line. And another first down for the 49ers. My day was good outside of the Giants. Well, outside of the 4th quarter for the Giants. They were great in the first 3 quarters. But then they completely fell apart. So good, then not so good. Yeah, exactly. I still don't know how they lost that game. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, they were 19-0, 26-8, and 32-30. It's like 30 seconds left, and they still find a way to lose. Jones to throw here on 1st and 10 over the middle. That is caught by the tight end for a gain of about 10, maybe 11 yards. Another first down. How you feeling about Dart now, though? Now? Yeah, I'm feeling really good about Jackson Dart. I think he's going to be a great player. I mean, he's already way better than what they had, so feeling pretty good about him. Jones to throw here, and they're going to try to set up the screen. The Falcons know what's coming, and it's incomplete. So to bring up 3rd and 10. No, sorry, 2nd and 10. So it's 2nd and 10, 9:24 to go in the 1st quarter. Jones under center, McCaffrey is the back. From the Falcons 44. They'll go to the ground with McCaffrey, and not much space, maybe a yard or 2 to the right side. Brings up 3rd down. So here is a 3rd and 9 for the 49ers. They bring Juwan Jennings in motion. Jones in shotgun, McCaffrey to his left. Falcons rush 5. Jones gets rid of it quickly, but it's high and incomplete. Looking for Juwan Jennings. It brings up 4th down. That'll probably bring on a punt here for the 49ers. So it is going to be a punt. Would be a 60-something yard field goal from here. No. 59-yarder, I think. Yeah, 59-yard field goal, so I'd actually kick that. Unless there's wind. This punt is going to be a touchback. Eagles again next week. Think you guys got it. Plus, got some revenge for the Vikings. Yeah, I don't know about the game next week. Like, yeah, they just beat the Eagles very convincingly, but I don't know. I'm just not as confident about next week's game, especially after the way they lost today. But it's possible. I mean, clearly they can beat the Eagles. They just did. You have the 49ers 24-21. What did I say? I got the Falcons. I don't remember the score I said. Let me check. Let's see. Falcons 24-20, so very similar score. Yeah, I check the Falcons here. I'm actually having a pretty good week in my predictions so far. I think I'm 10-2. Although I was the same thing last week, and then I lost Sunday and both games Monday. Hold on. Just froze, and now I gotta reload it. Give me 1 second. The Falcons are going to get the football back for their second possession. Ball's going to be on the 20 after the kickoff was a touchback. Or sorry, the punt was a touchback. Alright, there we go. I was able to reload it now. So we got a scoreless game. Each team threw one possession. Both teams punted. 49ers able to move the football a little bit, but the Falcons go 3 and out. And let's see what the Falcons can do on their second possession. Denver pulls the W, New York pulls the game. Yeah, I still don't know how the Giants lost that. Great comeback for the Broncos, but terrible finish for the Giants. There's the handoff to Robinson right side, and he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and take it down right there at the 20-yard line. You're 9-3 in your pick'ems. Not bad. That's pretty good. Here's a 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. Penix looks to throw, has time, throws completed for a first down. Go to find, I believe that's Darnell Mooney for gain of 11. Vikings need to start Max Brosmer, I think. Yeah, I don't know what the Vikings should do at quarterback. I mean, Carson Wentz clearly isn't the guy. I think McCarthy's supposed to be coming back soon, maybe next week, but I still don't think he's very good. And, I mean, who knows what's going on, or who knows what you have in Max Brosmer. I also don't think he's great, but, I mean, we've never seen him play. Could be decent. 1st and 10 here from the 32. Penix will look to throw and step in one over the middle of the field. Wide open, caught by Kyle Pitts. And Pitts inside 49er territory to the 41. We got a flag down. This one will come back. We got a hold against the 49ers. That'll back them up. I've got the 49ers here, maybe 24-19. Okay. I could see that. I got the Falcons 24-20. So at 1st and 20 for the Falcons. Whips off the big play, backs them up 10. Penix will hand off to Robinson, and he cuts up the middle, and Bijan Robinson spins his way to the 29-yard line. Brings up 2nd down. Pretty solid run right there. Got roughly 8 yards. But a good pickup right there. Get back out of the penalty yards. They actually give him 7. It'll be 2nd and 13. Penix looks to throw here. Has time. Throw is completed for a gain of about 12. A yard or two short of a 1st down for Drake London. Obviously, London had that huge game last week with the game against the Bills. It brings up a 3rd and 3 here. Penix in shotgun back to his right. Bring Robinson in motion. And Penix throws quickly, call for a 1st down. Kyle Pitts to the 45. And the Falcons able to move the sticks, make sure the penalty before doesn't hurt them. Well, I mean, obviously it hurts them, but they're still able to move the sticks, that is. So here's a 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Penix in the pistol. And off play action, Penix will look to throw and sidearm one underneath to Drake London. And London will pick up about 4 with 5 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. So here is a 2nd and 7 from the 49. Kyle Pitts goes in motion. And they'll throw it to the outside for Bijan Robinson. He gets a block. And Robinson gets a 1st down, gain of 8. And another 1st down for the Falcons. Bijan Robinson, 822 total yards coming into this game. That is 6th most in NFL history through the first 5 games of a season. So a 1st and 10 here from the 49er 44-yard line. Penix in shotgun. They bring Darnell Mooney in motion. And Penix will look to throw, and he'll float one out of bounds, incomplete. Bijan Robinson was the receiver in the area. It brings up a 2nd and 10 here, 3:37 to go in the 1st quarter. Penix throws over the middle that is caught by Pitts again. Gain of 7. We get third and about 3 for the Falcons. Colts are looking insane. Yeah, they look really good. Beat the Chargers again. Or not again, but another good win is they beat the Chargers. They look really good. Really seems like every time they get tested, they really pass the test. Except for the game against the Rams, where if they probably don't fumble at the goal line, they win. With 3rd and 2, they hand off to Robinson. He makes a cut. Fights towards the first down. I think he's got it. Gonna be very close, though. They will give it to him. So first down for the Falcons. And they're really putting together a nice drive. I'm trying to rearrange something, but it's not really working. I'll do that next commercial break. So 1st and 10 here from the 33. Penix off play action, plenty of time. Now he gets pressured, steps up, rolls left. Penix directs traffic, and then throws downfield that is incomplete. Trying to hit Tyler Algier on a back shoulder throw, but a flag is down. Colts look like the team to beat. Yeah, they really do. Especially in the AFC. They've looked quite good. The offense has looked great. Jonathan Taylor's having a huge year. Defense playing well. They look really good. We got an ineligible player downfield here against the Falcons. That'll back them up 5. We got 2:02 to go in the first quarter. Game's still scoreless. Falcons now with the football on the 49er 38-yard line. Bring Algier in motion. And Penix sets up the screen for Kyle Pitts. And Pitts has nowhere to go. A loss of 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd and long. Daniel Jones MVP. Potentially, I definitely think he's in the conversation. I don't think he's really the MVP right now, but he definitely has been playing at a high level. Another good game for him today, 288 and 2 touchdowns. I would say Baker Mayfield's MVP right now, but Daniel Jones is probably top 5. 2nd and 18, Penix to throw, has time. Now he's going to roll to his right, and Penix is going to keep it himself, and he gets out of bounds after getting about 5. Another flag is down. You have Mayfield as a favorite. Yeah, but Daniel Jones, he's definitely in that conversation. We got 2 fouls in play, both by the 49ers. We got illegal contact. We got illegal contact twice. Obviously, one is accepted. 5 yards, automatic first down. Let's look at the facts. Daniel Jones, before this season, sucked. Last year, spent time in the Vikings with Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell's the quarterback whisperer. He definitely is very good with quarterbacks. I mean, I don't necessarily know if that was it with like the 6 weeks or whatever he spent with the Vikings. No, longer than that. Like half the year. But it definitely could have played a role. I mean, being surrounded by someone like him is definitely not going to hurt. So 1st and 10 here from the 33. Penix, off play action. Tries to set up the screen, but the tight end never got out there. And it brings up 2nd and 10. Coincidence? I think not. It could be. I don't know. I think part of the thing with Daniel Jones is he's just not under as much pressure. I mean, he's got the best supporting cast around him he's ever had. He's got a really good running back, a good group of receivers, a tight end who's playing really well, looking like one of the better rookies so far this season. And I mean, he's just not playing in New York where there's not as much pressure. But I definitely think it's a big part of it. So 2nd and 10 here. Penix looks to throw, has time, pump fakes, now rolls to his left, now rolls back to his right. Penix now throws towards his first down and is caught by Robinson. And looks like they're going to mark him about half a yard short. Actually, a full yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1. With 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Yeah, Warren looks so good. Yeah, I think I saw he had another touchdown today, too. He's been playing really well. 3rd and 1. Penix under center, hands off to Algier. They wind up at fullback, and he's got a first down. Algier gains 3, and that's probably going to be the final play of the first quarter. So we head to the second quarter with the game still scoreless, but the Falcons putting together a good drive. This has been a really long drive. They got the ball back with like 9 minutes left, I think, or somewhere around there. And they've had it the entire time. Jonathan Taylor had a great game too. He was great, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, he's also been playing really well. I feel like it's every game this guy's got multiple touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor today, 94 yards and 3 touchdowns. And on the season, he's now run for 7 touchdowns. No, that's not right, 'cause that's not including today. He's now run for 10 touchdowns. No, that is including today. What am I looking at? Wait a minute. I'm so confused. Okay, so it's just not added up correctly. He's run for 10 touchdowns, yeah. It's including today's stats without including today's stats. But in his last 3 games, he's run for 7 touchdowns. And he has three touchdown games. He had 3 against the Titans, 3 against the Raiders, and then 3 today. Let me pull up the box score for the game and check how long this drive has been. Give me 1 second to do that. But this drive for the Falcons has been 15 plays for 58 yards. It's already taken 8.5 minutes off the clock. This was crazy. The Falcons, they went 3 and out. The 49ers then put together a decent drive before they punted. And the Falcons had the ball since then. This has been an extremely impressive drive. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Alright, hold on. I'm trying to do something. That's not what I'm trying to do. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I was trying to change something with how I was viewing stuff. That wasn't working. 2nd and 6 here as we start the second quarter. Robinson gets the carry to the left side, and he hit the line of scrimmage, but able to fall forward for gain of 2. Gonna bring up 3rd and 4. I was trying to see if I can pull two things up at the same time, but I couldn't figure out how to do it where I can get the view I wanted, so I just decided to keep it how I have it. So a 3rd and 4 right here from the 15-yard line for the Falcons. We got Penix in shotgun. 49ers bring 4. Penix gets pressured and sacked. Back at the 20-yard line, a loss of 5. And the 49ers defense gets a stop on 4th down, ending this long drive for the Falcons. So it brings up 4th down, and on comes the field goal unit, a 38-yarder for Romo. And Romo's kick is good. So after a 38-yard field goal and a marathon drive, the 49ers get on the board. Sorry, the Falcons get on the board for the game's first points, and they lead the 49ers 3-0. Man, that was a long drive. That drive for the 40. Why do I keep doing that? That drive for the Falcons is officially 19 plays, 60 yards, and took 10 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock. Just to end in 3 points. Wonder what the longest drive in the NFL is this year. That's got to be one of them. Let me look that up real quick. Let's see. It looks like the Bears had a 19-play drive. It looks like a 19-play drive for the Bears was the longest drive by plays. Wonder what time possession was. So that drive for the Bears was the longest one. It was 19 plays, 76 yards. They took 9:54 off the clock. This one is the longest drive of the season, as the Falcons go 10 minutes. They tie 19 plays. They go 60 yards, and they take 10:40 off the clock. But a really long drive for the Falcons, and the 49ers now going to get the ball for the first time since there was 8:41 to go in the first quarter. There's now 12:54 to go in the second quarter. Insanely long drive right there for the Falcons. So the 49ers will get the ball back for their just second possession here. At this rate, the 49ers are going to have the ball 4 times. 1 in each quarter. So the kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. That's a mistake. And the ball will be brought out to the 35. Smart play to take a knee right there. Like you should probably always take a knee if the kick goes into the end zone. Because then it brings it out to the 35. So a 1st and 10 here from the 30. 35. I just said that. I don't know how I messed it up. We got Jones under center. And Jones will look to throw. And over the middle, that is incomplete. Looking for George Kittle, making his return from injury. Brings up 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10, they go to the ground here with McCaffrey. And McCaffrey's going to have a nice run there, about 7 yards. Brings up 3rd and short for the 49ers. 12.5 minutes to go in the first half. Falcons lead obviously 3-0. But a good run right there from McCaffrey brings up 3rd and 3. He's run it 3 times for 15 yards. Jones to throw over the middle, that is caught for a 1st down. Juwan Jennings makes the catch. Gets tripped up at the Falcon 45. And a 1st down for the 49ers. I don't know why I keep mixing the two up. I call the 49ers the Falcons, and I call the Falcons the 49ers. But a nice throw and catch there on 3rd down. And the 49ers are going to move the sticks. So 1st and 10 from the 45. Mac Jones under center. McCaffrey is the back. And they'll hand it to him here. Up the middle. And McCaffrey picks up 5. Another solid pickup right there. Christian McCaffrey this season, 154 touches, 336 receiving yards, 336 rushing, 444 receiving, 4 total touchdowns. So from the 40, again, they give it to McCaffrey. And McCaffrey up the middle. A good run here inside the 30. Taken down at the 25-yard line. Another good run for McCaffrey. And a 1st down for the 49ers. Got 15 yards right there on that one. 20 yards on 2 plays for Christian McCaffrey. Now got 35 yards on 5 carries. So from the 25, they hand it off again. This time it's Brian Robinson. And he'll pick up 2, maybe 3. So here is a 2nd and 8 with 10 minutes to go in the first half. From the Falcons 23, Jones under center. And Jones will look to throw. And throw quickly tipped and intercepted off the deflection. Picked off by Ellis. And it's returned to the 34-yard line. The Falcons defense comes up with a big turnover. Right as the 49ers moving the football, it goes off the hands of the receiver. And it gets picked off. And the Falcons come up with the game's first takeaway. This is just such an unlucky pick for Mac Jones. He hits Juwan Jennings right in the hands. He just can't catch it. And Ellis comes up with the interception. That's an extremely unlucky pick right there for Mac Jones. And now the Falcons, they've got the ball back at about their own 35. Or somewhere around there. Was returned for 16 yards to the Falcons' 34. But it was a pretty good drive for the 49ers. 7 plays, 42 yards. Took 3:08 off the clock before they threw the interception. And now the Falcons have the ball back. Their own 34 after the pick. Mac Jones with his 4th interception of the season. Threw 2 last week against the Buccaneers, although he threw for 347 yards. Interesting, I just noticed this. Mac Jones' first start against the Saints threw for 279, and then his second start against the Cardinals threw for 5 more yards, 284. And then against the Rams, when he started, he threw for 342, and then last week he threw for 347. I don't know what that means for this week, but it seems like it's going to increase by 5 yards every other game, kind of, if that makes any sense. But I mean, he has been playing really well for the 49ers. So they're back from commercial here. Falcons lead 3-0 with 9:46 to go in the first half. We got Penix in the pistol here. Bijan Robinson is the back, lined up behind him. So Penix tosses this, Robinson right side, and Robinson not much space. He swung down after picking up just a yard. Really nowhere to go right there. Bijan obviously had that huge game last week. Like 170 yards or whatever he had. But fairly quiet so far. So 2nd and 10 after the run on first down. Penix in shotgun. Bijan split out as a receiver, now he goes in motion. Penix looks to throw. Throws outside, that is tipped up in the air and incomplete. A flag is down. Looking for Darnell Mooney. Looks like might get pass interference right here. Yeah, I'm not sure I love that call. It is going to be pass interference. I don't love it. There's contact, but I don't think that's interference. Yeah, I don't really like that call. So we got 8:58 to go in the first half, and after penalty, the ball is now on their own 49. We got Penix in the pistol. Drake London goes in motion. And Penix off play action looks to throw. Penix might have gotten tipped, but it's incomplete at the feet of Bijan Robinson, who's standing at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd and 10. Penix is 9 of 13 for 56 yards. So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Penix looks to throw, steps up, rolls left, and Penix going to keep it himself here, and he's out of bounds after getting about 3. So 3rd and 7. Falcons 3 of 5 on 3rd down. From the 49er 48. 49ers come after him. Penix takes a shot. Deep down the field, it's incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the receiver in the area, but he threw it towards the sideline, and it's 4th down. The 49er defense gets a stop. They don't let the interception hurt them. And they'll get the ball back with 8:05 to go in the first half. So here's Bradley Pinion to punt it away. On 4th and 7. So the kick is away. And this one is another touchback. The punt lands in the end zone for a touchback. And will be brought out to the 20, and the 49ers will take over there with 7:58 to go in the first half. Still down 3-0. So far, results in the poll, everyone has actually said the 49ers will win. I would disagree. I took the Falcons 24-20. So we wait for them to come back from commercial. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. 49ers get the ball on their own 20-yard line. After the punt was a touchback. It was a 48-yard punt that landed in the end zone. Another back from commercial. Brock Purdy's still inactive for this game. Still has that turf toe injury. So 1st and 10 here from the 20. They toss it to McCaffrey to the left side. McCaffrey's got space, gets a block, makes the cut. Has a first down, picks up 13. A good run for Christian McCaffrey and a good start to the drive for the 49ers. So from the 32-yard line, Jones hands off McCaffrey again. And he goes up the middle for a gain of about 6. Another good pickup there for the 49ers. And the 49ers, they run the ball really effectively today. 10 carries, 73 yards. That's 7.3 yards a carry. And they moved the ball effectively on their last drive, just didn't get in the end zone. 49ers rushing offense averaging worse than the NFL, averaging just 3.1 yards a carry. coming into the game, but really effective tonight. Here's McCaffrey, another big run. He runs somebody over at midfield, and another great run for Christian McCaffrey. Pretty much guaranteed like 7 yards when he touches the ball. Christian McCaffrey, 8 carries for 66 yards. So 1st and 10 here from the 49. They go back to the ground with Robinson here. And Robinson taken down for actually a loss of a yard at midfield. We got an injured 49er down on the field, one of their offensive linemen. Hopefully he's okay. Not sure who that is. But I just never want to see anybody get hurt. Number 64. Let's see who that is. That is Jake Brendel, or center. So hopefully he's okay. Matt Hennessy, actually the former Falcon, is listed as their backup center. So he'll probably come into the game against his former team. So we wait for them to come back as they take a time off the injured player. The 49ers continuing to run the football effectively. They've now run for 86 yards on 7.2 yards a carry. 66 yards for McCaffrey, 20 for Robinson. But this is the Falcons team. I don't think they're that bad against the run. Let's see. Last week against the Falcons, they allowed 134 rushing. And then let's see. Before that, against the Commanders, they allowed 147 rushing. Alright, so maybe they're just not that great against the run. Against the Panthers, the game they lost 30-0. They allowed 110 rushing, so that's not terrible. Against the Vikings in week 2, they allowed 78. Hold on, they're back here. Jones throws to the outside. That's caught by Juwan Jennings. And he's out of bounds after getting about 7, maybe 8 yards. And then in week 1 against the Buccaneers, they allowed 101. So it definitely doesn't seem like they're terrible against the run. Doesn't seem like they're amazing, but seems like they're okay. So they're getting run over today. So 3rd and 4. Jones hands off. McCaffrey up the middle. And McCaffrey's got a first down again. He's still on his feet. And eventually taken down to the 33-yard line. McCaffrey running the ball really effectively today. That puts him to probably like 80 or 75 yards, somewhere around there. Yeah, McCaffrey now 76 yards and 9 carries. So we got Jones under center here from the 33. They motion Juszczyk out wide, and they hand it off to McCaffrey. And this time, not as much for McCaffrey. He gains just about 3. So it brings him up to 79 yards. I was just wondering this, if the 49ers offense is helped that much running the football by George Kittle. Apparently, they are, because when it comes to rushing, or when it comes to yards per carry, 5 yards a carry with Kittle on the field, just 3.5 with him not on the field since the start of last season. So apparently having him back this week is actually really big. Like, obviously, it would make a difference. I didn't really expect it to make that big of a difference. Here's the handoff to Robinson up the middle. Picks up 5. But Kittle, obviously one of the best blocking tight ends in all the NFL. Plus, obviously, he's a good pass catcher as well. Might be the most well-rounded tight end in the NFL. 3rd and 3 here for the 49ers. Kittle goes in motion. Jones looks to throw. Jones throws outside. That's caught for a first down. Juwan Jennings makes the catch at the 20. And the 49ers move the sticks. Down to 3:15 to go in the first half. Falcons had that really long drive before 49ers having a longer drive here. Now, it's not quite 10 minutes, but this is still been a nice drive. We got a 1st and 10 here from the 20. Kendrick Bourne goes in motion. And then toss it McCaffrey right side. McCaffrey tries to turn the corner, but he's taken down for a loss of 4 on the play. No space for him to run on that play. Leonard Floyd, the former 49er, in the tackle. Floyd and the rookie Xavier Watts combined to make the stop. So 2nd and 14. After the first down run went nowhere. Jones looks to throw. And throws underneath. That's caught by... Who is that? Juszczyk. Got about 10. And brings up 3rd down. And then also brings us 2-minute warning. So we got 2 minutes left in the first half. And the Falcons lead 3-0 still. Low scoring game so far. But the 49ers putting together a good drive. This has been a good drive for the 49ers. It's been 11 plays, 66 yards. They've taken 5:58 off the clock. It's been their best drive of the day. Their previous best drive was actually both drives went 42 yards before they punted and threw the pick. But this has been a good drive for the 49ers. 11 plays, 66 yards. Most plays on the ground. We've only 2 or 3 pass attempts on this drive. And the 49ers, they've been very run heavy so far. 16 run plays for 99 yards, 10 pass plays for 51 yards. But I mean, when you're running it as well as you are, it makes sense to just stick with it. So we're still waiting for them to come back from commercial. A 3-0 Falcon lead. 49ers do get the ball to start the second half. I believe both teams have all 3 timeouts as well. I think. Sony might have used one, but I can't remember. Next Sunday, we got the Steelers and Packers on Sunday night. That should be pretty interesting. Rodgers against the Packers. But a 3rd and 4, and yet each team does have all 3 timeouts. So we got 2 minutes left in the first half. Ball on the 14. Jones looks to throw. Has time. Rolls to his left. Jones on the run. Jones now throws underneath. That is caught by McCaffrey. He's trying to get to the end zone. Taken down at the 1. But they move the sticks there on 3rd down. And it brings up 1st and goal with a minute 47 to go in the first half. And I think we got a timeout called by somebody, because I don't think he got out of bounds. No, he's down in bounds, so somebody must use a timeout. The Falcons, they call timeout. They put a few seconds back on the clock. A minute 50. Remaining in the first half. Jones under center, I formation. And they hand off to McCaffrey. He's in for a 49er touchdown. The 49ers finally get on the board. And it's Christian McCaffrey with the 1-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers, they get their first points, take the first lead. And they lead this one late in the first half. Goose egg at the half, not good for San Francisco. Up until now, your comment inspired them. So here is the extra point. Looks like a lot of wind. Flags on top of the uprights blowing quite a bit. And this extra point is good. So 7-3. The 49ers lead the Falcons, but still plenty of time for the Falcons to try to put a drive together before halftime. You gave them good look. Good luck. Sure did. So we still wait for them to come back from commercial here. With about a minute 47 to go. Something like that. Minute 48 to go in the first half. Falcons get the football back. Got 2 timeouts. So plenty of time to put a drive together. The 49ers do get the ball to start the second half. It's a big drive right here for the Falcons to at least get a field goal before halftime. But I mean, the expectation probably should be a touchdown. You've got 2 timeouts, plenty of time. Looking for at least a field goal right here before the half if you're the Falcons. So we still wait for them to come back from commercial. So far, results in the poll, 89% have said the 49ers, 11% said the Falcons. Be sure to vote if you've not already done so. And if you guys missed my prediction, I got the Falcons 24-20. Oh, look, they're going to talk about the Broncos comeback at halftime. Yeah, let's just forget about that game. I still don't know how the Giants lost that. This is a short kick. It's going to be fielded on the run at the 15 and returned to the 30. And that is where Penix and the offense will take over. So we've got a minute 42, 2 timeouts to work with for the Falcons. So plenty of time to put together at least a field goal drive. So from the 31-yard line, Penix in shotgun looks to throw. Throws outside for Pitts. And he makes the catch. Gained about 4. Stops the clock with a minute 39 to go. Kyle Pitts is actually having a pretty good game. He's having a good year. He's got 3 or 4 catches today. He's got 4 catches for 15 yards. And on the season coming into the game, 23 for 223 and a touchdown. Penix to throw here. Has time. Throws outside. That's Pitts again. And Kyle Pitts out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. The first down for the Falcons. Gets out of bounds. Stops the clock with a minute 32 to go in the first half. A minute 32 to go in the first half. Penix and shotgun back to his left. Ball on their own 46-yard line. Penix to throw. Penix pressure. Ball came out. Ball's on the ground. Let's see who's got this. It's 49ers football. Wow. Penix fumbles, and the 49ers dive on it, giving them great field position with a minute 26 to go in the first half. That is a huge turnover right there forced by the 49er defense. That is huge. Bryce Huff knocks it out. Was with Robert Saleh when he was with the Jets. Now with Robert Saleh in San Francisco. And a big turnover right there. Now the 49ers great field position pretty much already in field goal range. Plus they've got all 3 timeouts and a minute 26 to work with. So plenty of time for them to try to do something. I mean, there's even time for them to score quick when the Falcons get the ball back. But obviously, if you're the 49ers, you don't want to score too quick. Because this is a huge opportunity for them right now. Jones looks to throw. This one is caught by Kendrick Bourne for his first catch. He picks up 4, stays in bounds. The clock runs, minute 20 to go. By the way, 49ers center Brendel, who left the game earlier, he's out for the game with a hamstring injury. So 2nd and 6 here. Jones, tries to set the screen for McCaffrey, but he gets knocked down. Nice defensive play made right there. It brings up 3rd and 6 with 50 seconds to go. 49ers are 5 of 6 on third down. Jones looks to throw. Jones pressure. Ball came out. The ball's on the ground. And this one is scooped up by a lineman. And he's going to get taken down for about a loss of a yard. So it's going to be fourth down. And the clock now stops with 39 seconds left. So the Falcons call a timeout. What a crazy sequence over the past couple minutes. But Leonard Floyd knocked it out. Then one of the linemen ended up with it. They're actually going to review this, I guess, to see if it was a pass or not. I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference, like a difference of a yard. It's like the difference of a yard, but obviously it makes a big difference for the clock and stuff like that. I think that's a pass. Because Floyd tips the ball, which makes it come loose, but Jones still has control of it at that point. And then he goes to throw it, and because it gets shifted in his hand, he ends up hitting the side of his helmet as he throws it. I think that's a pass. But we'll have to see what they end up reviewing. I think this is incomplete, so they'll put a little bit back on the clock. So we shall see what they end up doing. So we wait for them to come back from commercial. We got about 40 seconds to go in the first half. And we'll have to see what happens with the review. 49ers lead 7-3. It's going to be fourth down either way for the 49ers. It's just a matter of how much time is on the clock. And I mean, that's pretty much it. I believe it was ruled a fumble on the field. They've got to have enough to overturn it, but I think there is enough. So the call gets reversed here. The quarterback's hand was coming forward with control. So it's a forward pass. Oh, wait a minute. It's not going to be incomplete. Because it's somehow... It went off the defender. Which then allowed the 49er lineman to legally touch it. So it will still be at the same spot because it wasn't a fumble. It was a completion to the lineman. So now here is a 55-yard field goal attempt for Eddie Pinheiro. How do you say his name? Pinheiro? Something like that. So a 55-yarder with 43 seconds left in the first half. And the kick is up, and it is good. So the 49ers get 3 more. Able to get 3 points off the turnover. The Falcons defense does a good job holding them right there. And the Falcons still have time. I mean, we'll have to see how aggressive they want to be. What? They got 38 seconds in timeout. I'm trying to put a drive together. I mean, yeah, you just fumbled, but I'm going to trust that's not going to happen again. And I'm going to take the chance and try to put a drive together right here. I'm obviously going to be significantly harder now with just 38 seconds as opposed to like a minute 45, which is what they had before. But I'm still trying to put a drive together right here. So the kick is away. And this one is bobbled. And then picked up. And he's taken down at the 20-yard line. So an interesting way of kicking right there. We've seen that a couple different times. Where this one, Jamal Agnew tries to make a sliding catch on the return because they intentionally kick it short to like the 15, as opposed to kicking it to the goal line. So then the returner's got to work hard to get there. And that's tough. But first and 10 here, Penix looks to throw. Throws outside. Nice throw and catch to Drake London. Gains 19. And a first down. So it looks like they will try to put a drive together. Stops the clock 27 seconds. RIP Doug Martin, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, last played 2018. Yeah, I saw that. That's incredibly sad. Just like, what, 35 or something like that? 37? Something like that. That's crazy. Penix throws downfield here, and that is caught by Mooney. Inside the 30, Darnell Mooney still on his feet to the 22-yard line. The clock's still running, 14 seconds left. But wow, what a two-play sequence right there for the Falcons. "38 yards to Darnell Mooney right there. A back shoulder throw. A nice adjustment to the ball by Mooney. Wow. They put a few seconds back on the clock. 17 seconds to be exact. No timeouts for the Falcons, still all three for the 49ers. Ball on the 22-yard line. Penix with the back to his right. Will look to throw. Penix pressured. And Penix just going to throw it away. Now they're going to drop a flag. This might be grounding right here. And let's see, the clock says 10 right now. So if that is accurate, that should be a 10-second runoff. That would end the half. So let's see. We have intentional grounding here. There was no receiver in the area. He was still in the pocket. So it's a spot foul, also down, and includes a 10-second runoff. So let's see where Penix was. Yeah, definitely still in the tackle box. And I mean, it was really close when the ball hit the ground. with the time on the clock, but there was 10 seconds left, and that is a tough way to end the half for the Falcons. Between the fumble and then the 49ers getting the field goal and having a nice 2 plays just to have intentional grounding and have it end like that. But we reach halftime, 49ers lead this one 10-3, and they get the ball to start the second half. So, in a pretty good spot here if you're the 49ers. But I'm going to go take a quick break, fill my water, use the bathroom, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright, I'm back. Thank you guys for staying with me as I took a quick break. But the 49ers lead the Falcons 10-3 at the half, and a pretty entertaining finish to the half. This game's getting exciting now. Yeah, exactly. Pretty good finish. As the 49ers, they score 10 points in the final 2 minutes. The Falcons, with the fumble, think they have a chance to get the field goal, and then the grounding with the 10-second runoff. So not a great end of the half for the Falcons. The last 3 possessions: punt, fumble, and then the half ended with the intentional grounding. But as far as an updated score prediction goes, I originally took the Falcons by a score of 24-20. And I mean, I would like to stick with my original prediction, but I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely still think the Falcons can win this game. I don't know if they will. They haven't played super well. Their defense is playing pretty well. Offense has been not great outside of that one drive, which was really long, where they only got a field goal. So I will switch to the 49ers. I mean, I don't really want to, but I'll take the 49ers. And we'll go here. We'll go 49ers by a score of we'll go 20-17. But I mean, this is still very much anyone's game. It can definitely go either way. But going over some stats from the first half, beginning with player stats for the Falcons, Michael Penix Jr. is 13 of 19 for 128 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. On the ground for the Falcons, it wasn't great. Bijan Robinson, 7 carries, 22 yards. Michael Penix Jr., 2 carries for 6 yards. Algier, 1 for 3. As a team for the Falcons, that's 10 carries for 31 yards, 3.1 yards a carry. And then receiving, Darnell Mooney, 2 catches, 50 yards. Drake London, 3 for 32. Kyle Pitts, 5 for 26. Bijan Robinson, 3 for 20. And their tight end Warner was targeted once, but did not come up with a catch. Then for the 49ers, Mac Jones, 9 of 14 for 69 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, was also sacked once. On the ground for the 49ers, it was really good. McCaffrey, 12 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. Brian Robinson, 5 carries for 24 yards. And then receiving for the Niners, Juwan Jennings, 3 for 26. McCaffrey, 2 for 19. Luke Farrell, 1 for 11. Kyle Juszczyk, 1 for 10. Kendrick Bourne, 1 for 4. And George Kittle, no catches on 1 target. And the offensive lineman Connor Colby also 1 catch for loss of a yard. Then team stats from the first half. 49ers with 11 first downs, Falcons with 10. 49ers also the slightly better team on third down, going 5 of 7 compared to 3 of 6 for the Falcons. 49ers outgaining the Falcons 167 to 148. Also a little bit better in yards per play, 5.2 to 4.8. The Falcons the better team through the air, but the 49ers the much better team on the ground. 49ers also 1 touchdown and 1 red zone trip. Falcons 0 for 1 in the red zone. 3 penalties, 28 yards against the Falcons. Interesting total right there. 28-3 obviously with the Falcons. 2 penalties, 20 yards against the 49ers. A turnover for each team. And time possession 15-18 for the Falcons. 14-42 for the 49ers. But I mean, this is still a game that can go either way. If you're the Falcons, you're really going to focus on stopping the run right now. Because they've just not done a good job of doing that. Got to really make sure you can get the offense going as well, but I feel like you got to really focus on stopping the run. And let's see, the second half should start within the next few minutes, but still a couple minutes. Let's go around some scores from around the NFL. The Rams destroyed the Jaguars in London this morning. Matthew Stafford threw 5 touchdowns as they won 35-7. The Patriots destroyed the Titans 31-13. Panthers beat the Jets 13-6. The Jets, they're just really bad. The Eagles beat the Vikings 28-22. The Chiefs shut out the Raiders 31-0. The Browns beat the Dolphins 31-6. Bears beat the Saints 26-14. The Colts continue to look really good 38-24. They beat the Chargers. Cowboys beat the Commanders 44-22. Packers beat the Cardinals 27-23. And the Broncos with the comeback win against the Giants 33-32. And still not very happy about that game, obviously. It was a terrible game there for the Giants. Their kicker missed 2 extra points. The defense allowed 33 points in the fourth quarter. I don't even know how that's possible. That does not sound like a real stat. How do you allow 33 points in one quarter? That's insane. They got to get rid of Shane Bowen, defensive coordinator. That's a major takeaway I've got from this game for the Giants. But the second half kicks off here as the Falcons send it away. And it can be returned here from about the goal line. And on the return, they got some space and up to the 32-yard line. And that is where the 49ers will take over. They're pretty solid field position. And let's see what the 49ers can do as they start the second half with the football. By the way, Falcons 31 rushing yards as a team, second fewest in a half this season. So 1st and 10 here from the 32. Mac Jones under center will hand off to McCaffrey to the right side. And McCaffrey on his first run of the second half gets stuffed. Just a yard. Ran wild in the first half. So 2nd and 9 right here from the 33. Jones in shotgun, Robinson the back to his left. They'll fake the toss left, and Jones now looks to throw, gets pressured, rolls to his right. Jones pump fakes, and now just throws it away. So the Falcons very quickly force a third and long. So a big opportunity for them to potentially get a 3 and out right here to start the half. So 3rd and 9 from the 33. Jones looks to throw. Falcons bring a blitz. Jones get rid of it quickly for a first down. Kendrick Bourne makes the catch, gain of 10. And the Niners move the sticks. Kendrick Bourne's had a huge game for the 49ers over the past couple weeks. With all the injuries, they needed somebody to go to, and Bourne's kind of stepped up to be that kind of go-to target for Mac Jones. Obviously, they are getting a little healthier offensively, but Bourne, their second leading receiver with 371 yards. Jones looks to throw here on first down. Plenty of time. And now throws to the flat. And that is caught. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. Taken down inside Falcon territory at the 43-yard line. It's Moore. Sky Moore, the former Chief, with the catch and run. and a first down. But going back to Kendrick Bourne real quick, he's had 142 yards in back-to-back games. 142 on 10 catches against the Rams, 142 on 5 catches last week. Here they go back to the ground with McCaffrey, and he'll fight his way forward for about 5 yards before he's driven back. So 2nd and 6 from the 38. Jones hands off, McCaffrey up the middle, only about two or 3 yards there. Watching from Fort Bragg Army Base, North Carolina. Oh wow, welcome to the stream. So it's a 3rd and 4 here. '49ers 6 of 8 on 3rd down. There's a handoff to McCaffrey up the middle. He's got space. McCaffrey with a first down. And another good run for the 49ers. They continue to run the football effectively. Yeah, thank you for your service. I don't know why I didn't say that. Thank you. 1st and 10 here from the 24. Jones pressured, throws to Kittle on the flat, who drops it. A little bit of a wide throw. One that should probably be caught. So a 2nd and 10 here from the 24 after the incompletion. Jones hands off to Robinson, who makes the cut, and no gain. Actually lost a yard right there. Brings up 3rd and about 11 here. Bo Weave. Yeah, Bo Nix looked pretty good today, especially in that 4th quarter. Unfortunately, it was against the Giants, but he did look pretty good. 3rd and 11 here. Jones throws outside. High throw, and that is caught by Jennings, but he was out of bounds. So it brings up 4th down. Yeah, it doesn't even get 1 foot in bounds. So here's a 4th and 11 field goal try here for the 49ers. 43 yards, and the kick is right down the middle. So the field goal is up and good. And the 49ers extend their lead, make it a 2-score game. It's now 13-3 with 10:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. But a pretty solid opening drive of the half right there for the for the 49ers. Able to kick a field goal and cap off a drive that officially was 11 plays, 43 yards, took 4:51 off the clock. If not for a penalty on a game-ending kick and a blown double-digit lead against the Chargers, Broncos could be 7-0. The Broncos they've been pretty good. I mean, didn't look great last week, but ended up getting the win. Didn't look very good for 3 quarters this week, but ended up getting the win. Yeah, that penalty against the Colts still makes no sense. Yeah, the Broncos, they've looked good. And I mean, they got 3 somewhat easy games upcoming. I mean, the Cowboys isn't going to be easy, but as long as the Broncos can score there, I think they should be fine. Then they play the Texans, who aren't great, and then they play the Raiders. I mean, they have a real chance to be, what would that be? 8-2 before they play the Chiefs on November 16th. Yeah, this Broncos team is pretty good. Talk about the Broncos potentially being better. I was just thinking about the Giants and all their missed opportunities before. They should have won today. Obviously, I know that was against the Broncos. I mean, they should have beaten the Cowboys. Realistically, the Giants could be also 5-2 right now. They should have won today. They should have beaten the Saints if they didn't turn it over 5 times. And they should have beaten the Cowboys, for sure. But, I mean, of course, the Giants don't know how to win close games, for the most part. Or finish a game. Return here for the 49ers. Oh, there goes Agnew! Inside 49er territory. Big return there for Jamal Agnew. Getting it across midfield inside 49ers territory to the 46-yard line. A great return sets the Falcons up with great field position. A big return right there. But yeah, going back to the Giants real quick, I think they should definitely have at least 2 more wins if they knew how to finish out a game against the Cowboys and today. But obviously unable to do that. The ball spotted on the 49ers 48-yard line. And Penix hands off to Robinson to start the drive. And Robinson with a good carry got about 7 yards. It was 2nd and 4 here after a 6-yard run on first down. Penix in the pistol. And will hand off to Robinson. Left side, this time not as much, just 2 yards. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hold on 1 second. There we go. So 3rd and 1 here. We got Penix in the pistol. Algier is the back. And Penix turns around, hands off to Algier, trying to get to the outside. Has a first down before he's knocked out of bounds. Algier with a nice run. And a first down for the Falcons. Why do I keep confusing them? So 1st and 10 here from the 35. Kyle Pitts goes in motion. Penix pump fakes. Now throws Down the sideline, that's caught by Pitts. Stays in bounds. Spins his way down to the 15. Or, sorry, the 18. But a nice throw and catch. Good play right there for the Falcons. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Dart looking great at quarterback. Yeah, he's looked really good. Definitely think the Giants found something with him. Here's a swing pass out to Bijan Robinson. Gets a block. Bijan almost able to break a tackle. As he does, will pick up 7. Bring up 2nd and 3. Bad luck today. Yeah, the Giants. I mean, so many missed opportunities today between allowing 33 points in the 4th quarter, missing multiple extra points. They were not good. I mean, let's see. They were great without being great, if that makes any sense at all. Probably not. It was 2nd and 2. Kyle Pitts goes in motion. Here's another screen for Bijan Robinson. He gets a first down here, breaks a tackle, and scores. Bijan Robinson with the catch and run. And the Falcons with their first touchdown of the game. And they cut into this 49ers lead. They go 5 plays, 48 yards, take 3:41 off the clock, and capitalize off the big return. But Bijan Robinson with the catch and run. And here is Romo for the extra point. And the extra point is good. So 13-10. 49ers still lead, but a nice drive there for the Falcons. Cuts the lead to 3. And both teams with points on their first drive of the second half. Kicker for Giants was bad today. Yeah, he was not good. And definitely need to find a new kicker. I mean, they've got young Mike Koo on the practice squad, so I'd like to just elevate him. But who knows what they'll end up doing. But I just know this guy can't keep kicking. He is just not good. I mean, missed 2 extra points today. I think he missed one last week, too. He missed an extra point last week, missed 2 extra points today. And he's cannot kick next week. I don't know how the Giants always have kicker problems. When they put in Sunday night earlier this year, they had Graham Gano was somehow hurt. So then they had no kicker for that game. Now they've got this guy who's apparently not good. They had kicker problems last year. I don't know how the Giants always need a kicker. I know kicking's probably not that easy, or as easy as it looks, but there's a million kickers out there, and you can't find one guy who can put the ball through the uprights. It's just so frustrating how they consistently have kicker problems. Oh, when Neighbors comes back, watch out. That is true. I mean, the Giants' offense over 30 points in back-to-back games, and 32 here against Broncos defense, that one of the best defenses in the NFL. And they did it without Malik Neighbors, and I think without Darius Slayton as well, although he's definitely not Malik Neighbors. I think he was out today. Or if he played, I didn't see him do anything. No, he didn't have a catch. I don't think I saw him on the field at all. Yeah, without their top two receivers, Jackson Dart still looked really good. He's going to be really good. I'm excited to see. Oh, wow, that might have been a face mask right there. Excited to see what he can do. Once he actually has some receivers. The 49ers offense today without George Kittle, 5 carries for 10 yards. With George Kittle on the field, they've run it 17 times for 108 yards and a touchdown. It's crazy how big of a difference he makes in the run game. So 1st and 10 here from the 25. Jones Jones under center, Bourne in motion. They'll hand off to McCaffrey to the left side, and he breaks a tackle, picks up about 3. Wanted Miami to draft Dart last year in round 1. Tua sucks. Yeah, he is not good. He had, what, 3 interceptions today? Yeah, you guys got to find something better at quarterback. 2nd and 8 here for Mac Jones. Swing pass to McCaffrey, and makes a man miss, and now McCaffrey cuts up field, and he's still on his feet before he stepped out of bounds. Got about 7, so yards short of a first down. But it's still a very solid play there for the 49ers offense. But I mean, the Dolphins, they look like they're going to be really bad this year. Do you have anybody you have your eye on that you might want high up in the draft? Third and 1 here. They hand off to Juszczyk. He runs into his own lineman and then gets taken down in the backfield for a loss. It's a loss with 3 on 4th down as they try to hand it off to Juszczyk. But he runs into his own offensive lineman and goes backwards. Not a productive play right there for the 49ers. And the Falcons defense comes up with a big 3 and out. So the punt is away here. And it's going to be returned here by Agnew from the 20-yard line. And Agnew returns it to the 33. Another solid return. Obviously, just had the big kickoff return earlier. But another nice return, and Falcons pretty solid field position. And have momentum right now. But the field goal, they held him to a field goal, then the touchdown, then get a quick 3 and out. Let's see if the Falcons can keep building on that. Not sure about next draft. Used to want Drew Auer. Now I think we should draft an edge rusher. Not fully sold on a quarterback on next quarterback class yet. Yeah, I'd agree. I'm not completely sold on one either. Like, I definitely think there's some people who can be good. Like Fernando Mendoza, I know gets a lot of hype. I haven't really watched him play a ton at Indiana. And like someone like John Mateer, I think he's good. I don't think he's going to be great. I'm trying to think who else is there. I think Dante Moore's pretty good. He would definitely be somebody I'd have my eye on. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, it's crazy how this quarterback class was supposed to be really good. With obviously Drew Auer potentially. I mean, I've never really been a big fan of him. Arch Manning, Kate Klubnik, and they've all been terrible this year. Yeah, I can definitely understand the Dolphins passing on a quarterback, especially because I think they have an out into his contract next year. Yeah, they have a potential out after next season. So, I mean, I know it's probably not ideal to stick with him for another year, but it might be best, especially if they're not completely sold on a quarterback in this draft class. So 1st and 10, Penix off play action, rolls left. Penix on the run, throws one downfield that is incomplete. Looking for Darnell Mooney, but let him a little too far out of bounds. They got a flag down as well. So we got an ineligible player downfield against the 49ers. So why do I keep doing that? Against the Falcons. That'll back the Falcons up 5. I don't know why I've confused them. I mean, I guess they both start with like the same sound, but I just keep confusing the Falcons and 49ers. I've done that the entire stream. So 1st and 15 from the 28 after the penalty. Penix hands off Robinson. Not a whole ton. Got just 2. And it brings up 2nd and about 13. 3:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. 49ers lead by 3. Bijan Robinson, 11 carries for 41 yards so far in this game. Penix and shotgun back to his right from their own 30. Bring London in motion. Penix throws incomplete. Looking for Bijan on the slant. But it brings up 3rd and 13. Oh, Bijan Robinson actually got knocked down on his route. That's why it seemed like the throw was off. A 3rd and 13 here from the 30. Penix looks to throw, has time. Penix zips one downfield that is... Looks like that's called as a low throw. And they're going to say it's called for a 1st down. Casey Washington makes the catch. And that hits the ground, but I think he might have control of it. It goes like through his hands. It goes through his hands, but you have to like catch it and control it like between his arms. I think that's a catch. And it will stand as a catch. Nobody's going to challenge it. They're not going to stop play to review it. There's a throw to the flat for Pitts. Another low throw. This one's actually incomplete. They've targeted Kyle Pitts a lot in this game. I don't mind seeing it because I got him in fantasy today. But he has had a lot of targets. He's caught 6 passes for 43 yards, been targeted 8 times. So 2nd and 10 here from the 47. Penix and shotgun Algier. No, that's one of the tight ends lined up to his left. Never mind. Penix to throw. Throws outside, caught by London. And Drake London gets about 8, maybe 9 yards. Close to a 1st down. No, they will give him enough for a first. Actually, give him 10 yards. He reached the ball across. Yeah, I think got a first down right there. Oh, he caught that one-handed too? I didn't even see that. Wow, what a catch right there for Drake London. I did not even see that watching it live until they showed the replay. There's the handoff, Bijan Robinson. And again, not much space for him to run. Just gains 2 yards. I can't believe the Colts have the best record in the NFL, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they've got the most wins. I believe they were tied for most wins with the Buccaneers coming into the week, but obviously the Buccaneers haven't played yet, so at the moment, technically they do have the best record in the NFL. Yeah, that is crazy. 49ers bring a blitz here. Penix gets pressured, gets a throw off, but it's incomplete. Yeah, who would have thought a Daniel Jones-led Colts team would be the best team in the NFL through, what is it, 7 weeks? That's crazy. Sure, we didn't expect that. So a 3rd and 9 here from the 42. Penix in shotgun back to his left. Mooney goes in motion. Again, a blitz from the 49ers. This time Penix has time and throws incomplete. Actually, we got play blown dead here for a flag here. Yeah, we got delay a game here before the snap, so that'll back him up 5. You got Bucks or Lions tomorrow. I took the Buccaneers. I don't know if that's smart because the Lions don't lose back-to-back games, but I did pick the Bucks when I made my predictions video, but I really have no idea. That was one of the hardest games for me to predict. Yeah, I ended up going with Tampa. How about you? 3rd and 14. Penix in shotgun. Robinson to his left. And Penix will look to throw here. Penix throws outside. That is low and... Is that caught again? 49ers say incomplete, but it was over on their sideline, so of course they're going to say incomplete. But this... Oh, that actually was incomplete. So they get a stop here, 4th and 14. And the Falcons will be forced to punt it away. So 4th and 14. Bradley Pinion on to punt it away. Sky Moore is back deep to receive. And Pinion's punt away cleanly. And Moore lets this one bounce, and it's a great punt. Down at the 2-yard line. Pinion bounces at the 9. It's down at the 2. And a great play on the punt right there for the Falcons. The 49ers can be backed up deep inside their own territory to start this drive. You got the Lions in a shootout. Okay? Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a shootout. So, I'm just excited to watch the game. So, I don't really care who wins. I just hope we get a good game, which you would expect it to be with those two teams. Hold on 1 second. I want to check something real quick. Alright, we still wait for them to come back from commercial. 49ers up by 3. We have 2:37 to go. Or sorry, 58 seconds to go. Just updated when I refreshed it. 58 seconds to go in the third quarter. A low-scoring game so far. So 1st and 10 here from the 4-yard line. They hand it off to McCaffrey up the middle. And he'll pick up about 4. Getting it from the 4 to the 8. So 2nd and 6. After 4 yards on 1st down. Jones under center. And he'll look to throw. Jones quick throw that is caught by McCaffrey. 1st down, 49ers, gain of 7. But after that play, that also brings us into the 4th quarter. So we enter the 4th quarter. The 49ers leading 13 to 10. The defensive game so far. 49ers also with the football as we enter the 4th quarter. With a 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line. But both defenses playing pretty well. Really, the only difference in this game is how effectively the 49ers have been able to run the football. They've run for 122. Falcons have run for 55. Although, I mean, the Falcons have been a little bit better through the air, so pretty even matchup so far. I mean, it makes sense why it's only a 3-point difference on the scoreboard. But a 3-point game to enter the 4th quarter. Hold on 1 second. We still wait for them to come back from commercial. Entering the 4th quarter. Give me 1 second. Alright. Now they're back from commercial. Mac Jones went 16-1 as a starter at Alabama. Won the national championship. Then was the 15th overall pick. Went 10-7 as a rookie with the Patriots. Made the playoffs. But then he got benched. Traded to the Jaguars, started 7 games there last year, and then he signed with the Buccaneers in signed with the 49ers in free agency. And now he's starting here in place of Brock Purdy. Jones to throw here. Throws to McCaffrey underneath, and McCaffrey's got space, got a first down. And another 13 yards. Back-to-back nice throws and catches for McCaffrey. So 1st and 10 here from the 28-yard line. Jones under center. They bring Kittle in motion. And they hand it off to McCaffrey. And McCaffrey will pick up 2 to the 30. With a little over 14 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. So 2nd and 8. Jones looks to throw. And flips one at the outside high, but caught by Jennings. And Juwan Jennings can get about 5. So yeah, they will give him 5, bring up officially 3rd and 3. With 13:13 to go in the 4th quarter. Jones and shotgun back to his left. They bring Kendrick Bourne in motion. Now Jones looks to throw, has time, lots of it. Jones lets one go deep down the field, and this pass, oh, it's dropped right through the arms of the intended receiver. And it gets dropped. Demarcus Robinson can't make the play. And it brings up 4th down. This goes right through the arms of Demarcus Robinson. Oh boy, that's bad. That one's got to be caught right there. Big drop right there for Demarcus Robinson, deep down the field. And the Falcons defense gets a stop. They get the ball back with about 13 minutes to go. And here is Jamal Agnew on the return. And he makes one guy miss, but can't escape the second. And he's taken down a little past the 20. But a big drop right there. We'll see if that ends up hurting the 49ers. But after the drop, they're now forced to punt. It was a 52-yard punt. 5 yards in the return. And the Falcons get the ball back, down by 3, with 12:48 to go in the 4th quarter. So a 13-10 49er lead, 12:48 to go in the 4th quarter. And the Falcons have the ball officially on their own 17-yard line. After the punt. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Let's see what the Falcons can do here. Getting the ball back down by 3. Defensive game so far. me 1 second to check something real quick. Alright. Yeah, we still wait for them. They just got back. Bijan Robinson tonight, in his last 2 games, 238 total yards last week. Just about 70 total yards this week. 49ers defense did a much better job than the Bills last week, not letting Bijan Robinson completely take over the game. So 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. There's the handoff to Algier. And Tyler Algier, with a lot of space, gains 7 yards on 1st down. Good run right there. Now Bijan re-enters the game. So 2nd and 3 from the 24-yard line. Robinson goes in motion. And they'll swing it out to him on the swing pass. Gets a block from Kyle Pitts. And Robinson with a nice catch and run up the 40, or close to the 40-yard line. 39 is where it's officially marked. But a nice catch and run right there. And a good pickup right there for the Falcons. They move the sticks. That's one way to get it into his hands if he doesn't run it effectively. Couple nice blocks on the outside as well. Really made that play happen. London and Pitts, each with 1. They go back to Robinson here, this time on the ground, and not any space here, taken down for loss of 2. Running back comparison tonight, Bijan Robinson, 18 touches for 41 rushing yards, 45 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. McCaffrey, 24 touches, 103 on the ground, 46 receiving, also 1 touchdown. So 2nd and 12 from Robinson in motion, and Penix looks to throw here. Penix throws back, shoulder caught by Pitts. Kyle Pitts to the 43-yard line. He's continued to have a nice game. That's his 7th catch right there. And a 1st down for the Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 7 catches for 61 yards. So 1st and 10 here from the 44. Penix in shotgun, Algier to his left. And he'll hand it off to Algier. And he's hit hard after getting just about 2. Falcons have really had nowhere to run the football today. Hasn't really mattered if it's been Bijan or Algier. Haven't had anywhere to go. Bijan has run for 40. Algier has run for 16. The Falcons as a team, just 62 rushing yards on 3.3 yards a carry. Tyler Algier is a little shaken up after that play, where he took a big hit. But hopefully he's okay. But the Falcons, they have not run the ball too effectively. Now, they've thrown it pretty well. Penix has thrown for 216 and a touchdown, but on the ground, it has not been very good. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. Hopefully Algier is okay. We still wait for them to come back from commercial. Still a 13-10 49er lead. Alright, any day they'll come back now. Alright, now they're back from commercial. 9:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Niners up by 3. Algier was able to walk off the field. We're glad to see he seems to be okay. 2nd and 8 here for the Falcons. Penix sets up the screen for Bijan. Gets a block, cuts inside, and Bijan Robinson picks up 7 on the catch and run. So 3rd and 1. Penix in the pistol, Robinson behind him. Bring a tight end in motion. And Penix tosses this. Robinson, right side. Robinson looking for space. Not going to find any. Taken down at the line of scrimmage. Which is the 35-yard line. So now you got a decision here if you're Raheem Morris. Do you kick the field goal to try to tie the game? Or do you go for it on 4th and short? It'd be about a 52-yard field goal. And they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it. Bijan Robinson not in the game here. Really does not make any sense. One of the most important plays of the game so far. Have your best player not in the field. London comes in motion. Penix looks to throw. Penix, quick throw. Almost intercepted. But it's broken up. Incomplete. And the 49er defense forces a turnover on downs. Trying to hit London on an out route. Gets undercut, nearly intercepted. But broken up. And the Falcons offense turns it over on downs. Oh, the throw actually deflected right into Drake London's arms. And that was, that's a tough play to make off the deflection, but unlucky right there. So the 49ers take over at their own 35. Jones sets up the screen for Christian McCaffrey. Gets a block on the outside. McCaffrey has space in a first down. A gain of 10. And a nice catch and run. Why not run the ball there? A bad play call. I actually don't hate throwing the ball just because they have not run it effectively all game. Really the only explanation, I would think. I don't hate throwing the ball. Especially because you just tried to run it there on 3rd down. And didn't get it. I really don't hate it. Momentum shift. Yeah, definitely could be. So 2nd and inches here. They actually backed the football up half a yard and say he didn't get the first. And they're just going to go quarterback sneak. Mac Jones picks it up easily. And a 1st down. So 1st and 10. Handoff goes to McCaffrey. Makes a cut. Up the middle, McCaffrey. Lots of space again. Another 10 yards. And another 1st down for the 49ers. Falcons just cannot stop Christian McCaffrey. He's got 20 carries for 113 yards. 168 total between running and receiving. So 1st and 10 here from the 42. Another handoff here is Brian Robinson. He makes a cut up the middle, has more space, and Robinson gains 7. But apparently it doesn't matter who runs the football. They're just going to run for 7 yards a carry. So 2nd and 3, another run play. Robinson taken down about a yard short of a 1st down here. Brings up 3rd and 1 after a 2-yard pickup, and McCaffrey comes back into the game here. We got 5:45 to go in the 4th quarter. So 3rd and 1. Jones under center, going to try to go quarterback sneak, and he's going to have it again. Mac Jones moves to 6 on the sneak once again. We reach 5 minutes to go. Big drive here for the 49ers. I mean, even if you only kick a field goal, because you're still taking a lot of time off the clock, especially with all they're doing on the ground. And I mean, depending on how much time they take here, if they score a touchdown, could put the game away. Although, I mean, still plenty of time to go. And the Falcons have all 3 timeouts. Jones off play action here. Pressured. And Mac Jones going to try to run it here. And Jones dives ahead after a gain of 7. Nice pickup there for Jones on the ground. Not forcing the ball downfield. Looks like that play was designed to take a shot downfield. But smart to not force it anywhere, just see what he can get. So 2nd and 2. And we got a flag down here. So 12 men on the defense. Gives the 49ers a 1st down. Got to keep him to a field goal. Yeah, for sure. Touchdown might end the game. So 4:05 to go. Kendrick Bourne goes in motion. And here's the handoff to McCaffrey. And going to try to get to the outside. McCaffrey is going to get taken down for a gain of a yard or 2. 8-play, 49-yard drive. It's taken 4.5 minutes off the clock so far for the 49ers. But, I mean, every second that comes off the clock is big. Here's a toss to McCaffrey. And McCaffrey this time nowhere to go. Taken down for a big loss. About 5 yards on the play. Zach Harrison makes the play. A big loss there for McCaffrey. Gonna get a touchdown. Yeah, definitely seems that way. Especially just how consistently they're moving the ball. Although, except on that play. So 3rd and 13. This is a big play right here. Gotta get a stop here if you're the Falcons. They're going to sit back and play coverage. They bring 3 at Mac Jones, who throws up the seam. It's called for a first down by McCaffrey to the 4-yard line. That is what you could not do if you're the Falcons. You cannot allow a first down. Feels like I'm watching the Giants. You can't give up a big play. You sit back, drop 8 into coverage, and you give up a big play anyway. That's exactly what the Giants did to lose the game before. It's exactly what the Falcons do right here. They want McCaffrey just to go right up the seam. And McCaffrey picks up about 17 yards and a first down. Because the linebacker Ellis starts to break and head towards George Kittle, which opens up the hole in the zone right there for McCaffrey. So 1st and goal from the 4 after that play. 2:31 to go. By the way, Falcons called their first timeout after that one as well. And now we got a timeout by the 49ers. But the Falcons not in a great spot right here. Handoff, McCaffrey. And he is going to get pushed. Is he in? He gets pushed into the end zone for a touchdown. Wow. Christian McCaffrey scores that might seal the game for the 49ers. They just continue to push the pile. 11 plays, 65 yards, 5:52 off the clock. Puts the 49ers up by 2 scores. Huge drive right there for the 49ers. The 2nd touchdown of the day for Christian McCaffrey, who's had a huge game. And McCaffrey, he should be down at the 3. But he just gets pushed into the end zone. I mean, he gets pushed into the end zone. He gets dragged into the end zone. The offensive line is doing everything to make sure he got in there. So here is the extra point. And it is good. So 20-10. 49ers lead the Falcons. We got 2:26 to go. And not looking too likely for the Falcons. I think they're going to need an onside kick right now. Because You don't have all 3 timeouts. Unless you score before the 2-minute warning, you're going to need an onside kick. Unless you want to get the ball back with like 10 seconds left. But Christian McCaffrey, I mean, what a game he's played. Christian McCaffrey's run it 23 times for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also has 7 catches for 72 yards. I mean, after all the injuries last year, I mean, he's having a really good game. He's having a great season so far, too. Especially as a receiver. McCaffrey actually leads the 49ers in rushing and receiving coming into the game. Coming into this week, he ran for 336, which is 56 per game. And he had 444 receiving yards. So, I mean, he was averaging. He had 780 scrimmage yards coming into the game in 6 games. So he's averaging 130 scrimmage yards a game. McCaffrey, I think it said 186. I'll look though. McCaffrey, yeah, 186 total yards, 114 on the ground, 72 receiving. 186 total. So 2:26 to go. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. And here is the kick return for Agnew. He's got nowhere to go, taking that at the 22-yard line. Maybe should have won MVP a couple years back, but only quarterbacks win those. Yeah, he was definitely in the conversation. I mean, he had a great year back in 2023. I mean, it was definitely possible, too, because Lamar Jackson won it. He had like 24 passing touchdowns or something like that. It wasn't. Hold on. I'll get back to that in a second. Penix takes a shot way downfield. That is incomplete. Looking for Mooney. Goes through his hands in a diving attempt. What was I saying? Yeah, McCaffrey had a great year. It was crazy because Lamar Jackson didn't even have great numbers that year. So he could have won it. But, I stopped because they were having the rules guy explain how technically what they did with pulling him into the end zone, what the guard was doing was technically illegal. I've never heard of that rule. How you can't pull somebody into the end zone or across the first down. I've never heard of that. But apparently that should be a penalty and that's illegal. Never knew that though. That's pretty dumb. Penix zips one here. That's caught by Mooney. He takes a big hit at the 40 but holds onto the ball. The clock continues to run though, and that's going to bring us 2-minute warning. Phil Lamar a little overrated because of his running ability, but really like Lamar though. I mean, I don't really think he's overrated. I think he's a really good player. Like he's definitely gotten better and better as a passer. Like this year, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception before he got hurt. Last year, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Plus, I mean, consistently 800 yards on the ground. he seems to fold in the playoffs. Yeah, that's the big thing with Lamar Jackson. Just got to find success in the playoffs, which he just hasn't done. Yeah, I mean, there's been a few quarterbacks like that. Like, even people like to criticize Josh Allen because he can't win in the playoffs, even though he can win in the playoffs, just not against the Chiefs. But we wait for them to come back from commercial at the 2-minute warning. A 10-point lead for the 49ers, 20-10. We still wait for them to come back. We got 2 minutes to go, 2 timeouts for each team. So from the 41-yard line, Penix in shotgun, Bijan Robinson to his right. Penix looks to throw. Penix pressured. Ball comes out on the hit. And this one is... Let's see, no signal. I think this is incomplete, but no official signal yet. Man, Penix took a big hit right there. I think that's incomplete. Oh, wait a minute. They've ruled it a fumble and recovered by the 49ers. So let's see. They said this is a fumble, and there's definitely a clear recovery in bounds. Let's see here. Well, this is interesting because the ball hits the pass rusher Bryce Huff in the helmet as his hand is going back. So that's what really knocks the ball free. But then he still controls the ball to an extent as it's coming forward. I thought this was incomplete watching it live. It seems to be incomplete. Well, let's see. They've ruled a fumble on the field. So there's got to be enough to overturn it. Alright, so it is an incomplete pass. It did seem like he did have slight control of the ball before it slipped out of his hand. They put some time back on the clock, 1:56 to go, so a 10-point 49ers lead. So 2nd and 10. Penix and shotgun back to his right. Penix looks to throw against the blitz. Penix pressured. He's going to eat a sack here. Back at the 30-yard line. We got a flag down. And Penix is slow to get up. He was bent in a weird way on that play. Hopefully he's okay. He was just trying to stay upright so we can get a throw off. The Falcons are going to get a first down because the 49ers get called for illegal contact. Which is 5 yards, no automatic first down. But obviously, hopefully Penix is okay. So, I mean, somebody just grabbed onto his ankle. And then he got fallen on by another guy. Like, hopefully he's okay. But a 1st and 10 here from the 46. Penix stays in there for now. Hopefully he's okay. Seems to be. Penix pressured and just throws this short of Pitts. And incomplete. Take care, bro. See you next time. Yeah, thank you for watching. For when you could, I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. Go Giants, yeah. Hopefully they can find a way to win some games. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. So 2nd and 10 here. Penix looks to throw. Penix takes a shot downfield, overthrew Mooney, who was open. And it's incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 10. Penix definitely hasn't had his best game. He's been a little bit off on a couple throws. I mean, he hasn't been terrible, but definitely hasn't played his best game either. So Penix looks to throw here. Takes a shot down the sideline for London, and that pass is incomplete. So it brings up 4th and 10. Last chance here for the Falcons. Penix got hit again there. Kind of surprised it wasn't called for roughing the passer. I mean, it shouldn't be. But he got hit low. And I know they like to protect the quarterback a little too much. So 4th and 10. Penix gets rid of it. Throws short and incomplete. Looking for Drake London. The pass is incomplete. The 49ers are going to hold on for the win here. Final score is going to be 20-10. And the 49ers beat the Falcons. They continue to win despite all the injuries. The defense makes a big stop. Played really well. And the Falcons do still have 2 timeouts. I don't know if they're going to spend them or not. They're going to hand it off to McCaffrey up the middle. He's got 15 more yards. Say go Giants must not have seen the Denver game today. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was not very fun in the fourth quarter. Well, it was, and then it wasn't. Here's a handoff to Brian Robinson up the middle. And here is gain of about 3. Falcons are calling timeouts. There's their final timeout with 1:14 to go. I wonder who's getting fired and how many in New York. I sure hope Shane Bowen, defensive coordinator. I don't really think they do it, but I hope he gets fired. There's no way you should have 40 or 33 points in the fourth quarter and allow the opposing team to get 40 yards in 2 plays. But like as far as firing Brian Dable or anything, I don't think they fire him. Because I mean Jackson Dart looks really good. I don't think he's gonna get fired or anything like that. But I mean, I don't think the Giants actually fire Shane Bowen now. That would make way too much sense. But we'll have to see what they do. But there's the kneel down final score 20-10. The 49ers beat the Rams. And a good performance for the 49ers. They continue to win despite all the injuries. And they're now 5-2 on the season. Falcons fall to 3-3. But 20-10 final score. A great game for Christian McCaffrey. He ends the game with close to 200 yards, probably. McCaffrey finishes the game with, 201 total yards. 129 rushing, 72 receiving. Great performance for him. And the 49ers win this one 20-10. I knew San Francisco would take this one. Yeah, I thought the Falcons would get it, but apparently not. Denver was getting shut out for the longest. I was sick to my stomach, and then out of nowhere, crazy game. Yeah, I was feeling really good about the Giants in the first 3 quarters. And then the fourth quarter happened. You guys got a great team there. Broncos, they're really good. Shout out to your Denver family. McCaffrey, Wentz, and Shanahan. Yeah, good win there for the 49ers. They beat the Falcons 20-10. McCaffrey scores 2 touchdowns, over 200 total yards. And I was hopeful Penix is okay as well, because obviously he did finish the game, but clearly wasn't 100%. Um, Good game. Thank you for your YouTube channel. It's 11:20 p.m. past your bedtime. Good night and thank you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And thank you for your service as well. I appreciate it. Serving your country. So thank you for service. Thank you for watching the stream and showing support to the channel. I gotta get to bed as well. And yeah, that's actually where I'm gonna end the stream right now. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. I'll be live tomorrow for Buccaneers and Lions. That'll be 7 tomorrow because that's early game, right? Yeah, I think tomorrow's 7 and 10. So I'll be streaming Buccaneers and Lions at 7. Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow for Buccaneers and Lions. That should be a great game. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this stream, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next video.